8 inventions that failed spectacularly. 1. Electrified water. This was a fad of the early 1900s. Electrified water was actually just water. People ran a charge through it to electrify it. The resulting water was supposed to have special properties. It was advertised as a hangover cure and a soap replacement. It wasn't dangerous, but it was totally useless. 2. FIS Reading Device. Bradley Fisk invented this device in 1922. The idea was to print tiny books on minuscule pages. Readers would use the magnifying device to read them. The invention was widely praised. It was considered the next step in book printing. However, it failed to attract any consumer interest. 3. Nokia Engage. In 2003, Nokia came out with a bold innovation. The N-Gage was a cross between a cell phone and a gaming console. The problems became apparent right away. It cost a whopping $300. Worse, the selection of games was limited. To change the game, you had to remove the battery first. The mic and speaker were on the N-Gage's narrow edge. To make a phone call, you had to hold the device up to your ear side on. Nokia ceased production of the N-Gage in 2005. 4. Submarine Tube. This device was invented by John Ernest Williamson in the 1910s. It was meant to be the future of underwater photography. An underwater sphere was connected to the surface by a tube. A diver would go down to the sphere to take pictures. Williamson originally wanted to use the device to find treasure. Later, the device was touted as a way to see the ocean. However, waterproof cameras appeared in the 1940s. The tubes were quickly forgotten. 5. Transit elevated bus. China's tunnel bus briefly became a social media sensation. The idea was almost elegant. The guided bus would straddle above the traffic to avoid traffic jams. Other vehicles would pass under it. One problem was that it ran on tracks, which had to be built. Another was the issue of turning. The elevated bus was only tall enough for small vehicles. In the end, the startup behind it ceased to exist. The bus was found abandoned in a warehouse. 6. LEGO Technic Fiber Optic Multi-Set. This bizarre offering from LEGO was kind of cool. Despite the name, there were no fiber optics. There were clear plastic tubes connected to an LED light pack. The pack was battery-powered. These specialized parts were insanely costly to produce. The resulting kit had to be sold at a loss. LEGO pulled it off the shelves soon after introducing it in 1996. 7. Juicero. The Juicero press was launched to major fanfare in 2014. It attracted $120 million in funding from investors. The company offered specialized juice bags. A $400 juicer was used to squeeze juice out of them. It required a constant Wi-Fi connection. In 2017, Bloomberg News published an investigation. They discovered that the juice bags could be squeezed just as easily by hand. Juicero folded soon afterward. 8. Daylight motion pictures. The first movie theaters opened in the early 1900s. Many people disliked the darkly lit auditoriums. Some theater owners said it would cause eye fatigue. Soon daylight motion pictures became a trend across the US. They used stronger projectors and darker screens. However, the technology was completely bogus. Moviegoers complained they couldn't see anything. The fad died a quiet death in the 1910s.